Check, check, check. What is up? What is up? Looks like I'm live. We are seeing the overall standings for the American Crit Cup right now. Getting a little interview with the best buddies guys. So I had I hope this is all in good fun. I hope he knows it's all in good fun. But on the Yeah You Ride Instagram, which Yeah You Ride is the guy who makes the hot lap summer videos for automatic Abus. On that Instagram today, I predicted hot take predicted that either Best Buddies would win from a field sprint or that if it was a breakaway, it would be Project Echelon who wins it. And Tom from Automatic was like, "Hey, ouch." Um, but I think Best Buddies, they've been really strong this year. I guess getting a little word from Justin here, or from Cory, sorry, after the women's race. So Legion has got Cory. Let's look at the roster. Actually, I got it pulled up. So super stacked start list for this race. I am really excited for this race. Oh, you guys let me know if audio is okay, all that stuff. You guys hearing me okay? Everything's sounding and looking right. Stream got a little squirrely on me right before we started, but as the men line up before we get the cool, thank you, James. So here's the start list, or here's who pre-registered, but I think we got like 160 pre-reg or something here. So 161. That seems like I would think the field limit would be 150, but what do I know? Incredibly stacked start list here. I think this is much like last year. Good to see you too, Rodriguez. Welcome. Much like last year, weirdly. So like 2021 season kind of got pushed back from COVID. Things got moved to the back of the season, and Tulsa was kind of the first big showdown, which is not normally the case. But it feels like this year there's been a ton of racing already, but most of the weeks there's been like split squads where half the team is at some stage race and the other half is at a crit. Let's get this out of here and watch the call ups. But this feels like the first one where everybody is here. Oh yeah, thanks, Joe. Hand is unbroken now, although I got to do some physical therapy. It's not moving quite as well as it was, but yeah, I'm feeling good. I did my first group ride outside actually on Tuesday of this week. I rode outside with William Seitz. We did the like race simulation group ride here. He's racing for Robson Forensic in this race, but he is sitting second in the U23 classification in the American Crit Cup right now. So hope he has a good race today here. He's behind Asa Black, someone I didn't know of before this season, but yeah, William Seitz, I'll point him out if I see him out there. He's going good. I did beat him up the final climb on the group ride. So transitive property, whatever position William gets, I would have gotten one better. We're gonna apply the transitive property to this race. No, William's a better crit racer than me, straight up, and he's also 10 years younger. So there's something to be said for that. I wonder if he'll get a call up because he is second in that U23 competition. So we got Justin Williams, we got Cory Williams. Legion has their entire A squad here. They've got Sam Boardman, they've got Ty Magner, which Ty is fresh off of a win over last weekend at the second race, Clarendon Cup, I believe, second race of Armed Forces Cycling Classic. We got all the teams that always focus on the crits. So Automatic, full squad. But then some of the teams that have been split between those stage races and these crits, like I was talking about earlier. Oh, Luke Lamperti. This is Trinity Racing. He is the guy, the mystery guy that won the crit last year when Cory Williams crashed in that last corner. Luke was someone that a lot of people hadn't heard of, I felt like, but yeah, we got this may be the strongest team Cliff Bar's had in one of these races. They got both the Malherbe brothers out there. Butcher Box. Let's see. I'm gonna see if Butcher Box has Corey Lockwood, but they've got I think they got Oliver Flout. I'm scrolling down the list here. Yeah. Butcher Box has got Oliver Flout. Um Butcher Box. Like everybody is here. This race is I mean 161 riders. Blazers is another one. Blazers has the whole A squad out. They got Clever Martinez. They've got Dante Young. Who was I looking for? I was looking for someone with a Locke. Yep. Nope, we got Tyler Locke. No. All right, so I think what we're going to see here off the line is automatic going to the front and taking control. At least I think that's what they want to do. Because 7 laps in, we have a point sprint, and when I got into it, but I made my prediction on Instagram earlier today, and Thomas Gibbons said, "Hey, owl, bro," like that I didn't predict him to be the winner. I did say, I think you will be the leader on points by the end of the night. That makes sense. Cory Lockwood is focusing on Nats. So maybe not the strongest Butcher Box squad here, although they do have Spencer Movanzada, who is a beast for sure. There's Magner up at the front, all the way on that side with the stripes on his jersey, Legion jersey. Justin's pretty easy to spot there in the Belize jersey, the white Belize jersey. It looks like Justin's running a GoPro there also. I believe that was Justin. I don't think Cory is in any kind of special. Oh, Cory might be California state champion, which is white jersey with a bear on it. But yeah, that's the Belize jersey. You can kind of tell Justin is built a little bit bigger than Cory. Man, 161 rider field is insane on this course. So I want to take a look at the overview of what this course looks like. Let's look at that for a second. So we got an 8-corner crit, figure 8 as they call it, although right in the middle there, you don't actually cross over yourself. The first section here is a smaller block, so 1 block, turn, and then you got a long block on the backside. 2 blocks, and that makes up the sort of elongated 8 there. Ooh, already someone's tangled. Got a replay here. That looks really close to the front too. Yeah, that was very close to the front. Seems like Ama Insect went down. Who Ama was on? Ama just won a national championship in the collegiate category, collegiate national championship with Milligan. James, I've heard that before because there's like 2 different governing bodies. Explain that to me, because I've definitely seen the jersey with the California state flag on it, but I know there's like a NorCal and a SoCal. Is that how it works? There's like 2 separate governing bodies for those. So I guess he's like champion of half the state, or has been, and then that's jersey's like just something he got made up. I don't know. But Ama Insect just won a collegiate criterium national championship, and that was with Milligan. And William Seitz, who I just mentioned, is also on that Milligan team that won that. That is weird that California is split in 2 like that, but I guess it makes sense. It's such a huge state. Like, it honestly doesn't make sense that America is sort of one. It's geographically so large that national level racing in America. That's part of what's made series like this so hard to maintain over time. I mean, if you're in Belgium, you can do the entire national series and none of your drives are more than 2 hours if you're based in the right place. Here we go. Automatic on the front. I called it. Looks like they're trying to mass up there. They've got Ed Veal, who is maybe one of the most experienced crit racers from Canada, guest riding with them. But I've seen him at multiple races this season do the Masters race earlier in the day, lap the field, then win the field sprint from the field, then do the pro race. Yes, shout out Ed Veal. Super nice guy. I've ridden with him, chatted with him briefly. Some group rides around some of these. So what city is he from? I know he's from Canada, but he's been doing a lot of guest riding for Automatic. Automatic's got a couple of guys who have been injured, so hope they're healing up. Dalton went down really hard. Hamilton, Ontario. Okay, cool. Did not know where he was from, but that's cool to know. So if you didn't catch it, we had a really, really heavy crash in the women's race. Long stop. Yep. Looks like Automatic is controlling it. My guess here is that Automatic, I don't think I got to this earlier. Automatic wants the points for Thomas Gibbons because he is sitting third in the points competition right now. But I know that is his goal for the season. That's their team's goal for the season. So maybe let's. So here's the points breakdown. We got Alfredo Rodriguez in first on 115. Brandon Feary from Project Echelon, aka Monk, in second there on 93 points, and Gibbons on 90 points. So Gibbons only needs 3 points to jump into second, and he only needs 25 to jump into first there. Yeah, I mean, Joe, it's really tough to move up on this course in general. There's almost nowhere. The first half of the course where it's one block and then a turn and then one block and then a turn. The way Legion does it, if this is the turn, they're going to the apex, so you can't go under them to the apex. And then at the outside of the turn, they swing all the way outside, so you can't get around them outside. So basically, you have one block to move up as far as you can, and then a door is going to shut in front of you. So really, there's only 2 straightaways on that farthest backside where you can move up a little bit, and it's the same story. You just have double the length, but everyone is sprinting out of that corner. So it's like, you can sit in the wheels and only have to sprint to 600-700 watts, or you can pull out into the wind, do 1,000 and move up, I don't know, 4 or 5 wheels. Looks like Automatic is really going to battle Legion for these first few laps, though. Tom is definitely going to sprint for these early points. So we've got, I'm going to look so that I'm not misquoting it here, but yeah, the point sprint 7 laps in is 15 points for first, 10 points for second, and 5 points for third. So Gibbons could move up to second place in the rankings, second place in the points, just by getting this first sprint. He would be within 10 points of the lead. And, one of the things about ButcherBox this season is that they've had a lot of success with a lot of different riders. So Alfredo won the Alabama Cycling Classic, where I broke my arm. He won the pro race there. But they've had a lot of different winners win a lot of other stuff. If you look back at all of my streams from Speed Week, they had a variety of different winners. So surely this is the back of the race, right? All right, I'm getting lost in these camera shots. Surely there's not someone off the front right now. Sounds like these are 2 of the South American riders, maybe? Unfamiliar. Yeah, that's the front of the race. All right. These guys are off the front for the points in the green jersey competition. Insane to be off the front right now. As I was saying, it's so fast and it's so hard to move up. I wish I had a lap counter instead of this this timer because the sprints are not based on time of the race. The sprints are based on what lap it is. So I don't know. Let's be on the lookout for the lap counter. Yeah, they're back immediately. Automatic is going to drill it. Looks like Automatic's got the whole squad at the front here. Let's see who CS Velo's got here. That's something I didn't look at. Best Buddies looking to maybe like they're looking for these points as well. Michael Hernandez going for the points. Yeah, Gibbons has been looking for a win this season, and I will say I don't predict he's going to be the winner tonight. I think this one is going to be too crazy. I honestly think Rochester would have been a good one. I kind of predicted that Gibbons got it. So Gibbons got the points. Hernandez got the points for second, but Hernandez is on the same team as the guy who is in first in the rankings, but I think he was just trying to eat up those points. Ooh, weird glitch there. But yeah, I think Rochester would have been a really good chance for Gibbons to win. A lot of other teams were split. James, I get roasted every time I say this, and maybe I should be like giving a fellow YouTuber more credit, but I don't think Toly is going to win. I think he will have a very good video from this. I think he'll have some really interesting content, but I'll put I'll put my call my shot right here. Toly will be 24th in the points, but not winning. That's my guess. Yeah, Toly is a character for sure. It looks like my stream is crapping out. I don't know what's going on here. You guys seeing and hearing me? And my stream is back. I don't know if this is my internet or what's going on, but I just had a nasty little dip there. Sorry everybody. Um Let me know if you're still seeing and hearing me. Interesting to see Gibbons just like through there to just keep it rolling. Yeah, my kilobytes per second upload is going crazy right now. You guys seeing me? Am I still here? I don't know why it's getting insane. My internet has been kind of crap recently. Cool. Sorry, y'all. Looks like Legion is back on the front. Legion is back on the front. Looks like my okay, we're back. I don't know what the deal was, but we're back. Who is this? Jersey I'm not familiar with going up the road. Is that maybe Empire? Is that Pat Casey from Empire maybe? Sweet. Glad you guys are seeing me. Thanks for the feedback. Hardest part of live streaming is that what you guys are seeing is not what I'm seeing. So I'm seeing crystal clear, beautiful, but I'm just looking at the stream like I'm looking at the meters and they took a dive. No idea who this is now. Totally unfamiliar with that kit, but really colorful kit. Maybe Space City Devo. I saw a few teams on the registration list that I have not seen racing this season, but Legion's not too worried about it. Legion's all over the front. It looks like Automatic wisely has backed off. Honestly, if Legion wants to do the Legion thing, you got to kind of just let them do it. And then I'm glad Empire is attacking. I do think this is Empire, which I should know whether it's Empire or not because they're sponsored by the same coffee company that sponsors my team. I'm gonna try turning on a fan, see if I can cool my. Whoop! Now this stream is off for me. Let's see if I can cool my computer off a little bit. Maybe it's my computer. I don't know. How can you get used to that speed? How can you practice it? Um, I mean, fast group rides is probably the best way. 1 second, I'm gonna turn on some air conditioning and some fans in here. So I'm thinking perhaps that computer was getting too hot. I did not have all of the accoutrement turned on, but now I do. So hopefully that will hopefully that'll get everything cooled down nicely. So Joe's Guitar Shop asks, how can you practice that speed? You can't practice it. So there's a few elements to the speed. There's like riding in a group that's moving that fast, which I try to do. Like the Tuesday group ride I do is a Hammerfest like race simulation group ride, and that's really what I use it for, is just practicing like being in a group that is moving fast, moving around in that group, just getting used to that. And then there's also just the turning, which is its own thing. And I will go out on rides and like, especially if I have a crit coming up and I need to kind of brush up on it, I will, when I'm thinking about my route, think about something that has a few really sharp turns that I'm going to try to hit at speed, or even a descent that's pretty twisty, and start thinking about like my body positioning and hitting the apexes and just like feeling the limit of the tires. And I think it's good to practice those two things separately, like practice the just riding 28, 29 miles an hour in a group is one thing, and then cornering is another thing, and you can focus on each of those skills independently and then put them together. Watt kg to sit in the middle of this pack. So middle is probably a terrible place to be in this pack, and middle probably takes more watt per kg. The sweet spot on a course this technical, I think, is probably around 15 to 20 wheels back. Is where you're going to be getting as much draft as possible. So you're going to be saving as many watts as you can there, but you're going to be ahead of all of the accordion effect from braking into the corners. But I would say that if you're in that best 15 to 20 wheel spot, you probably need at least like a raw 300 watts or 4.5 watt per kilo FTP, probably better than that. I mean, if you're a really big dude and 4.5 watts a kilo is like 350, 400, 450 watts, then, you know, you could, it's less watt per kg, especially on a super flat course like this. But I would say you for sure have to be over 4, probably over 4.5. And that changes like the 20 spots back. I mean, that's me kind of guessing based on my own experience and what I'm seeing of this course. It is super dark on this course. So this is not just my stream. This is like, that's how dark it is out there. I've had some dark races, but for a premier level race, this is pretty dark. But yeah, this is, you know, from my experience, I'm sort of guessing. I've raced, like I said, I've raced with some of the guys in this race, but I have not done these pro American Crit Cup races. I've done like pro 1-2 races that some of these people are at. So I kind of know the level, but not but not with where everyone is at this level. You know, I do races where there's like 4, 5, 6 of these guys. I would say there are some of these guys that are probably like 5 watt per kg FTPs and better. If you're a really good crit racer, though, I think on Trainer Road podcast they were talking about this, but Thor, who races for Cliff Bar, long hair dude on Cliff Bar, was saying that Cliff Bar team after races will like compare notes on who was able to do the least watt per kg during the race. Yeah, it does have to be sketchy going from light to dark at high speed. Actually, I had a race last year in Mobile, Alabama, where it got super dark on the course, like this dark, and someone actually turned a light on in the peloton, like a front light on their bike, and it was shining from behind on the ground in front. Who is this from Blazers? Blazers trying to put a move. Wait, my stories are going to the side here. We've got racing action happening. Man. All right, I'm moving the fan that I used his lift with down to the computer. Desperate times call for desperate measures here. Gonna try to get this computer cooled off. See if that'll help my frame rates here. One thing you're not mentioning is someone who's done this E1 is the fight for position. Every corner is insanely scary. Yes. So every corner is basically a game of chicken where someone is going to be willing to take a sketchier line than you and try to get under you and then push you outside. And some of being good at this kind of racing is learning how to like manage that fear and like keep yourself safe while still holding space. Let me know if this is a video you guys want to see, but I've thought about making a video about how not to cause a crash. I can't really make a video about how not to crash because someone else can cause that, but there are some things you can do to make it so that you're not the one who causes the crash, basically. Yeah, no, the corners are definitely, especially the way that Legion, I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but the way that Legion is able to control these races with their entire team on the front, I mean, part of what they do is take the corner, they come into the corner all the way outside, so you can't swing outside them and take a longer, faster line. They go from all the way outside to the actual apex, like to the barricade right there. So if you're trying to dive bomb inside, they're going to cut you off there and you're going to have to slow down. And then if you try to wait and then go outside them when they go to the apex, after the corner, they're taking it all the way back outside and they're going to pinch you off there, basically. So this one is, I mean, that is why, like, last season people were saying, why don't 5 or 6 people get up the road and then, you know, Legion's going to have to commit more people to chasing them. But that's why. It's like you can only get 1 or 2 guys between a single, like, between this corner and this corner. You're only going to have enough time to get 1 or 2 guys up the road. And then that door's shutting at the next corner, and then you got to reset and someone's got to try it again. And it's hard to get off the front in drips and drabs like that and then get together, get up to speed, and get working together. With that said, I mean, on some of the longer races, like Legion was not able to just totally control it both days of Armed Forces. Ty Magner did win the second day, but you know what? I got those results pulled up. Let's see who won the first day of Armed Forces, because I'm pretty sure it was not Legion. Yeah, Brendan Ream from Wildlife Generation. So at the Clarendon Cup race, so Ty Magner won Crystal City. at Clarendon Cup, that's a longer race, and Legion can't just sit on the front the whole time and set the pace like they like to do. I wonder if this is going to be the move from Blazers tonight, if they're going to be just sending people up the road and trying to break that Legion train down. I mean, so it looks like we got a full Legion train followed by a full automatic train back to back here, which I hope automatic's not up there taking pulls. I would honestly, I'm surprised we haven't seen Project Echelon yet, but I'm wondering if that means that they are going to play it a little wiser. They know that this is a long day and a technical day, and they're going to let Legion kind of burn some matches and then try to send someone up the road once Legion has been worn down a little bit. I do think that Cory chasing someone down. That is not Cory off the front. That is someone from Blazers. Similar looking kit, but you can tell if we'll get another tight shot, is a black Canyon. I believe Cory is, man, tough to tell. Justin is definitely last on the Legion train there. So Justin has not been looking great since Birmingham Hammerfest, honestly. Yeah, I could also be wrong, Spencer. That's part of why I'm watching it with the chat and trying to respond to you guys, because like it's a lot to take in, especially in the dark. It's easy to miss stuff. So happy to have multiple sets of eyeballs on it, and let's all try and figure out what's going on here. So the drone shots are cool, maybe a little too far away. Can't really tell what's going on with the racing, except that it is Grupo Compacto. I'm assuming we've still got Legion and Automatic set up close to the front. I would imagine Automatic is also going to go for the, yeah, they were reeled back in. It was a single rider from Blazers. Not sure who it was from Blazers. Blazers has, let's see, I'm going to look at who they got in this race. I wish I could filter the registration list by team. It's in order, it's in alphabetical order by last name. What do you mean Cory signs the paychecks for the Blazers riders? Are you talking about Cory Williams? If so, that is, please do expound upon that. That's something I don't know about. I'm just scanning down the list here. Man, everybody's at this. Teirun Elite's got a couple of guys. Oh, this is something I meant to talk about a little bit, is that we have a ton of cyclocross guys here. Cody Kaiser, who you might know from his YouTube channel, cyclocross racer, American cyclocross racer. He is here. This is the first like major crit I've seen him at. Curtis White, one of the best cross racers in America, is here with Best Buddies. And then we've got Drew Dillman is here. And Drew's had some good results. Drew's had some podiums. I think he's doing pretty well in the overall points for American Crit Cup as well. Blazers are a part of Legion. How that seems weird since they have like a different bike sponsor and stuff. Legion owns Blazers. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. They've got the sponsors and support and stuff. I had not heard that. Very interesting. I mean, I guess that's a way for them to basically do what they did at their own race last year and have two teams in the race without having people clowning on them so hard, maybe. Or maybe people will clown on them hard. But yeah, that seems like a conflict of interest potentially if they're if they've got two teams in the race essentially, or like financially speaking, they have two teams in the race. I don't know if I love that. That was part of the problem I had with that Into the Lion's Den crit was it seemed a little sketchy in that regard. Man, my bit rate is all over the place today. I don't know what is going on. Whew, that drone was getting sideways there for a second. Yeah, same time we had the same thought there. The drone was getting squirrely. Drone shots are cool though. Sponsored by Echelon Racing League. Yeah, I don't think this is the same drone pilot we had at Anniston. The drone shots at Sunny King and Anniston were like really they were flying right along with the lead. When there was a breakaway, they would get like the drone behind the breakaway, and it was almost like a moto shot from the tour or something, but with an even better angle, honestly, a cooler angle. But yeah, that was my problem with the Into the Lions Den crit was like it's just not a great um I think having a single team own the race is not a great move in the same so like American Crit Cup is owned by a cooperative of teams. I think that is a good model because I think each team has like equal stake in the league or in the series. Having a single team own it, I mean, Lions Den was a little bit of a. There's some good stuff in Lions Den, like names on the back of the jerseys is great. Um, but yeah, sorry, David. Am I saying and like a lot? My bad. I'll try to tighten it up a little bit. I'm trying to position my. Oh, what's up, Nathan? Cool that you're out there. I'm trying to position my fan so that it's pointed directly at the computer because I think my computer was getting a little bit overheated for some reason. I didn't have all my fans on and stuff, so I think I'm good now. I think I'm stable, locked in. Except we got some automatic racers at the back of the race. Not a great place to be. I'm pretty sure that's what I was seeing. Or better, Joe. I mean, it depends on what your handling skills are like and what your. I think in a race like this, raw wattage is probably going to be more important than watts per kg. But I would say like 4.5 watts per kg is probably the bottom, the minimum you could get away with, and 300 watt is probably the raw watt minimum. And yeah, Ben is right. I mean, it's more about repeatable VO2 max power. But I would say if your numbers are below 300 raw watts or 4.5 watts per kg, you're probably not going to be able to hold kind of the baseline between those big surges anyway. I would say that's probably the minimum. And then you got to be a really good bike handler, really confident in the pack on top of that. Yeah, I'm wondering if some of the other automatic guys maybe paid the price for that early effort, but I think that my guess would be that we're going to see the Ed Veal and the other. Maybe that's Aldo Ilsek. Let's see if he's here. My guess would be that we're going to see automatic setup for. There's another point sprint in the direct middle of the race that is worth more points. It's 20 points for first at that mid race sprint. Checking to see if we got Aldo Ilsek here. Yeah, so I bet at the front we've got Thomas Gibbons for automatic. We've got Thomas Gibbons, Aldo Ilsek, and Ed Veal. Maybe someone else. Luke Lamperti looking up there. He's Trinity Racing, not a big presence in the U.S. crit scene, so it's cool to see that he's he's got that jersey. Luke Lamperti, I mentioned it earlier, but he's the guy who won last year when there was a big crash in the final corner of the National Criterium Championships, and Luke Lamperti from Trinity Racing, the team that kind of more known for off-road stuff, cyclocross. Tom Pitcock was on that team before he was on Ineos. Cameron Mason is on it. Really good cyclocross racer. A lot of cyclocross tie-ins today. But I mean, it makes sense. The cyclocross discipline, roughly an hour long. What's up, Pete? Welcome to the stream. Cyclocross, there's a lot of crossover in terms of the power you need between cyclocross and this. And as much as I hate to say it, because I think cyclocross is the best discipline of bike racing, but I think cyclocross is maybe waning in popularity a little bit, and crit racing is riding this high from, honestly, Legion. I mean, say what you will. I was criticizing some stuff about Legion a second ago, but they've brought a lot of interest into the sport for sure. Alma Insec is looking to put it to Legion, looking for Alma and Cory sprint to the line. That would be interesting, David. I mean, Alma, I mentioned it earlier, but he's riding a high off of the win at Collegiate National Championships. That's that mid-race sprint. Let's see if these guys continue on or if we get a counterattack here. I think that probably around like 45 minute mark is when we're going to start seeing things really start to fly. People letting it. Yep, Luke Lamperti. Somebody from, maybe that's Thomas Gibbons. Chad, someone just said, you just missed it. Someone just said they saw Tully near the back. Spencer, I believe that acceleration was for the mid-race points. Yeah, they're not chilling. Luke Lamperti is putting it down. Stars and Stripes jersey there is Luke Lamperti, if I have not made that abundantly clear. He's out here with no teammates rolling solo, so he's going to be really motivated to get a breakaway going. Butcher Box, we haven't seen much from them, but they've got some guys that are also breakaway specialists. I've not seen anything from Project Echelon, so maybe I'm totally wrong here. I was hoping for big things from Brandon Feary, aka Monk, from Project Echelon. He's had a really good season. He's sitting second in the series overall right now, and he's really been focused on these crits more so than some of the other racers on Project Echelon. Project Echelon has traditionally been a little bit more focused on the stage race side, but they're splitting it hard now. They're splitting it a little bit more now and doing the high level crits again. I think because that's where the energy is. Legion's back in control on the front. Nobody's really gotten good separation, like serious, a lot of laps off the front. I did see a Nashville local jersey up there. I think that might have been Kyle Teasler. Kyle is sitting 6th overall in the points competition for American Crit Cup right now. It'd be interesting to see Kyle Teasler do well. He's local-ish to me. Been riding really hard this season. Now I'm just looking for, there's like certain guys with the GoPros where it's like, it's easier to spot them because it's popping up there. I don't feel like I've seen Clever Martinez. Just your fiance. You're not enjoying it, Nathan? As long as someone's enjoying it, that's fine with me. I mean, I'm enjoying watching the race, even though we haven't really gotten the fireworks I think I had hoped we might get. But I think with this much talent packed into this race, it's going to be hard to get away because someone is always going to want to pull on the front. Yeah, totally agree. I mean, that's why I race a little bit of everything. Hello, Marco. Welcome. Yes, thank you, Pete. Pete, you're a better YouTuber than I am. Please hit the like button. I always forget to say, like, subscribe to the channel, like, all the stuff that you're supposed to say when you're on YouTube. Because I'm just hanging out. I'm just enjoying the race. Trying to provide whatever context I can. Basically, I'm having the conversation with you guys that I would be having about the race anyway, like in a group chat, or this is like the conversations I have in the car after the race and stuff like that. I love to talk about this stuff. Pete knows if I'm at one of these races, I'm saying everything I'm saying now just like to some random person on the side of the road. Ooh, someone took a wide outside line there, looking to maybe move up. But like I said, they're taking it all the way outside. This is a really wide course in a lot of places. It seems like the start finish is the narrowest, and it's still very wide. Legion's back in control. I wonder if everyone is going to see the Legion train up the front like they were last year and just say like, it's gonna be a sprint. There's nothing we can do. We'll just resign ourselves to that. I am extremely surprised that we haven't seen Project Echelon yet. The guy who's out there on course, are you seeing any Project Echelon riders? White kit, blue, white on top kind of fades down to a bluish green. I'm scanning down the list. I know I saw Theory on here. Yeah, I see him on the start list. Trying to see who all we've got from Project Echelon. We got John Heinlein, he's good. We got Peter Ol, not even going to try to pronounce his last name, but Olejniczak. He's good. Dan, we've not been getting lap cards for the stream this whole race. We've got this counter that is giving us the race time, but that has not been super helpful when it comes to knowing what lap. So I don't know. I have tried to see if I can just see out there where the lap counter is. This is a problem I've had, like when I am racing, is you get into the race and then you're not getting lap cards for the first, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes sometimes. And then when you get to the point that you are getting lap cards somewhere, you're super deep, you're bleeding out your eyeballs, and you don't know where the lap card is. And a lot of these courses, the start finish straight is the longest straightaway, and because of that, everyone is hammering it. So you're looking for the lap card, or you're not looking, but it gets down to the point where you're like, how many laps is this? Like, I've been racing for 45 minutes, and like, how, you just have no way of figuring it out. So everybody look for a lap card. Maybe we can all find it together. No problem, honey. I told someone earlier, part of why I do this is that it is really hard to find and watch American bike racing. And then if you do find it and watch it, it's hard to understand who the people are and what the storylines are. So there is audio on the actual stream, Abe, which you can go watch that if you want to. But it would be annoying if I was talking over people talking. It's Ellen Noble, another cyclocross connection, and Brad Stoner over on the main, I think it's on outsidetv.com/events/ACC if you want to see that and you don't want to hang out with me in my chat. But yeah, otherwise we're right here. But I am listening to that, but I'm not hearing them give lap count numbers. So yeah. Yeah, same, honey. I mean, I'm glad that they're streaming this stuff more and more, but I think then it becomes an issue of like knowing the personalities and knowing the storylines. So that's kind of what I'm trying to bring to it is I have a little bit of a window into these races because again, I race with some of these guys some of the time. But someone asked if it's a 90-minute race, so I'm trying to see. I've got everything else pulled up. I've got the point structure. Yeah, I wish this counter was counting down rather than up, because frankly, I don't know what we're counting up towards right now. I hope that it's over an hour. Cool. Well, honey, if you want to go back and watch Speed Week, I got that. I try to watch along to as much of this stuff. Thank you, Abe. I appreciate it. 70 minutes. That sounds right. 60 plus 10. Oh, is Lambert in here, Pete? That's a dude that I've raced with locally. Automatic back on the front controlling it. Interesting. If I was automatic, I would maybe make Legion do it. Maybe they're going to let somebody roll off the front, maybe kind of test that. All right, David, we'll see. I mean, Amma has had a very mixed season. He was kind of riding the back. I don't know if people saw this, if they were showing it on the stream, but I was out there on course, and Amma was riding the absolute back of the pack at Sunny King Crit all night. And I thought he was maybe off his game or something, but then he won the national collegiate title, which, I mean, it's not the top level, but the collegiate racing is very hard. There's a lot of talent in the collegiate scene. So collegiate national championship is pretty solid too. Yeah, Jack White, another guy out of Mississippi that I race with a good bit. He's out here with Guten Plan Support Clean Sport in a green kit. I raced with him at Auburn, Alabama a few weeks ago. John, you're racing Tour of North Georgia? I will be there. I think that's the plan. I just got a cast off my hand last week, but that is the plan. Yeah, I was surprised to see. So we switched back. Cool. Okay, we got laps to go. We're good. So at 7 to go, we got another point sprint. That one is back to 15, 10, 5 points. But I think, again, I think we're going to see automatic trying to contest that one as well. John Lance, my plan is to be at Tour of North Georgia, though. That may be my first race back post scaphoid break. A lot of my teammates will be there, but doing Tour of North Georgia is a good race. In the past, when I have not had as much of a team, I've just kind of cherry picked whatever stage looks best to me and just done that one. I hate time trialing, so when there's an omnium, rather than do the whole thing and just tank the time trial, I'll try to cherry pick whatever race is best for me, whatever individual race is best for me, rather than do the entire omnium. Cheaper, and it doesn't kill my whole weekend. So yeah, say what's up to me if you see me out there. I'll be in the 1-2 Pro 1-2. That is often a crazy race though, crazy stacked. Frank Travieso, I think the last time I did Tour of North Georgia was 2019. And Frank Travieso, who is in this race for Blazers, there was a brief moment where I thought I was going to win the stage. Coming up the final hill, I'm on the wheel of this junior national champion who's chugging along. He's over eager, as juniors often are. Junior national time trial champion. I'm on his wheel. We're going up the last hill, last little roller. And I'm like, I'm in the perfect place. This rules. This kid's just going to pull me to the line. I'll pop around him, win this race. And then as I'm having that thought, Frank Travieso, who's out here on Blazers, comes over me like a freight train with like 8 guys on his wheel. So it's just like, and then, into the race, I was 8th or something. But Frank the Tank, he will do that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm bad at time trials because I hate time trials, or if I hate time trials because I'm bad at time trials, but I don't know. It's a chicken or egg scenario there. Yeah, we got the lap cards up here, thankfully. Good move to the stream for that. Very helpful, especially as we get close to that 7 to go point sprint. These are long laps though. I think 18 is probably still going to be 25 minutes, I would guess. This is on the longer end of a lap for an American Crit Cup race. Although I think Rochester laps would have been about as long or longer, but Rochester did not happen. Pete, I mentioned this a minute ago, but the Empire team is out here, also representing Domestique Coffee, the title sponsor of my road team. Oh, nice. Yeah, Dante is out here racing with Blazers tonight. Yeah, Dan, I don't know who found my channel through the Zwift stuff that I started doing, but I've beaten Frank in a lot of Zwift races that are on my channel somewhere. I have not beaten Frank in a lot of real life races, even cross races, which I call myself a cross racer, but Frank he's a beast. He's so good. Trying to see who is getting put back in the race here. It looks like somebody's taking some free laps. Brandon Fury is in the pit getting reinserted. That's one of the riders. Oh no. Automatic rider. Oh man. Looks so Gibbons apparently is mad. Yeah, he's apparently mad at Legion. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but it's getting heated. It's getting heated. Gibbons wants that win. I hope that my Instagram comment inspires him to go for it. I'm not sure what's going on with him. I maybe Legion just put one of the automatic riders into the fence or something. I'm not sure. It looked like I saw an automatic rider walking into the pit, walking around the pit. Brandon Fury was up there. Yeah, I don't know. Uh-oh. What do they do when that happens and you pit? Basically, they fix your bike. So free laps normally end with about 5 laps to go. So if you have a mechanical within 5 laps to go, your race is over. Otherwise, you go into the pit, you show the mechanics what your mechanical is, and if you're just going in there to try and get a rest, they're going to say you're done. If you have a legitimate mechanical or you got caught behind a crash, they will put you back in like that guy just did. They wait for the field to come by, and then they let you go roughly where you were in the field. So if you were at the front, they'll let you go at the front. If you were at the back, they'll let you go at the back. It is very hard to get back in. Multiple automatic riders in the pits right now. Although Ilsik, I think Gibbons maybe Ilsik just gave Gibbons his bike potentially. Yeah, I think Matt Ilsik is the rider with him in the pit there. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know what Legion did there. My guess would be that Automatic was trying to ride next to Legion, and someone from Legion flicked them, and I don't maybe a QR, a quick release, or something like bumped a derailleur or something like that. That would be my guess. Yeah, it would be a shame to like lose the whole race because you had a flat or something. So I mean, it's kind of the same as going back to the car and then using the caravan to get back into the peloton in a tour stage or something. And I know people who are thinking like, oh, you can get a free lap in the pit. That seems so easy, but go try to do a full gas effort, stop for 2 minutes, and then go back to full gas, get stuck back into a peloton moving 28, 29 miles an hour from zero and see how that effort feels. It's not ideal, especially you're generally not going to get put back in the group farther forward than you were before you started. A lot of times you're getting put back in a little farther back. So it's a tough place to be in. You definitely don't want to take a free lap if you don't need to take a free lap. It's not easy. Looks like Aldo Ilsik has given up his bike. Maybe this is the fire Gibbons needs to finally get this win. This is getting very interesting. Yeah, there's Ilsik. He's just chilling. I guess he's explaining. Let's get a mic on this conversation. Mic on that conversation. So Gibbons is now not riding his own bike. Woo! Things are getting crazy. I mean, Gibbons is going for the overall for the year. So Gibbons has to finish this race, if only for the points. So there are. Let's look at the point structure. Yeah, Matt. I would imagine that Aldo is the only rider who's tall enough for his bike to sort of fit Gibbons. That's my guess there. Yeah, so points are 100 for first, 90 for second, all the way down to 13 points for 20th. And then everyone behind that gets 10 points for finishing, I believe. That's what I'm seeing on the yeah, standing on the bed of a truck and trying to run out of the bed, stay up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I hope Thomas had a camera on whatever happened. Maybe we'll hear about it in the next installation of Hot Lap Summer. If you guys haven't checked out Hot Lap Summer on YouTube, it's over on the Wide Angle Podium Podcast Network YouTube channel, but really good series about the American crit racing scene last year following automatic racing around. But maybe we'll have a fresh installment with whatever beef has just ensued. Maybe this is Crit Beef 2022 is automatic v Legion. I mean, they've butted heads here and there before, but there's always a pretty good mutual respect between Justin and Thomas. I wonder if Justin is coming back from injury, kind of unproven right now. I wonder if Legion is riding a little bit more desperate than they normally are. Although Ty Magner is here, he won a race last weekend at Armed Forces Cycling Classic. So it's not like they're short on firepower, but I do think that they want one of the Williams brothers to win for the sake of they're the leaders to prove themselves, whatever. And Cory didn't have a great weekend last week. Honestly, Cory has not had an incredible season. He's had a few wins here and there, smaller local stuff, but he hasn't been just like the absolute dominant sprinter that he has been in other years. I think other guys are more able to go toe to toe with him. And honestly, I think the strongest guys on Legion right now are Sam Boardman on the front right there, long hair, mustache, and Ty Magner, who is probably third wheel right there. I can normally pick Ty out because he's got the former national championship stripes on the sleeve of his jersey. I would say he's like the more large built guy, but the entire squad they have here today is pretty much powerhouses, which will make it interesting. I'm not going to be streaming this, but on Sunday, Crybaby Hill, I think if it's this same Legion lineup, they will be most vulnerable on Sunday at Crybaby Hill. Steep hill, you got to go up it a bunch of times. Oh yeah, Ed Veal is right in there. I guess Veal might even be too tall. I bet Veal's bike would be too big for Gibbons. Is McElroy here? I thought the team for Legion I saw today, maybe he's the sixth guy, because what I saw on the roster for Legion today was Justin Williams, Cory Williams, Tyler Williams, Ty Magner, Sam Boardman. So then I guess Sean McElroy is the last guy. A little birdie has told me that Ian Garrison, who was on Quickstep last year and is on Legion this year, has not been riding a ton. So he's not, he's maybe, I don't know, out of the game, burned out. I'm not sure, but maybe he's coasting. I mean, maybe if you're going from World Tour racing type volume to crit racing durations and volume, you can go way down on your training volume. I would not know. I've never done a year like that, but you think Sam is the strongest? I mean, Sam did win the uphill time trial at Joe Martin, I think. He won an uphill time trial recently. Another shot of Ilsich on the side there. Having a beer, cracking a beer, calling it a day. That's tough. That's tough for automatic because Ilsich is really, really savvy, really, really experienced rider. Still seeing Luke Lamperti. I mean, he's by himself out here, but he's sitting near the front consistently. Every time we get a well-lit shot, I'm seeing the stars and stripes. Yeah, you're probably right, Chad. Ian Garrison is still thawing out. I'm not sure I ever thawed out from Hammerfest, honestly. I only did 15 laps or something. Garrison was looking strong at Hammerfest, though. He pulled back a move from not Blazers. I guess it was Best Buddies that was putting guys up the road pretty consistently there. Is Gibbons back up there? I'm not seeing Gibbons back up here. It's hard to, I'm just getting these flashes of color when they come under the lights, but full Legion train. Looks like maybe a rider from Texas Roadhouse in the red coming up the outside there, getting shut down like I was talking about earlier. Drew Dillman. Dillman is the rider I was talking about earlier, the cyclocross rider. I've raced a little bit of gravel with Drew Dillman over the years. Here he goes. Dillman's going for it. Oh, maybe he's going to pick up some points. He's not doing bad. I think he's in the top 10 overall. Highest placed guy for that Texas Roadhouse team in the series overall. So maybe he's going to try and stay away and steal these points. Haven't seen anything from Dillman all night. I mean, Legion is going to keep it fast and keep him close, but he might be able to stay away for a full lap. Spencer, that's Drew Dillman from Texas Roadhouse, and also former collegiate national cyclocross champion. One of the 3-4 cyclocross riders I mentioned, I don't know, much earlier in the stream. Dillman's got some power, though, for sure. Dillman's got a big engine on him. So there is a point sprint at 7 to go. I believe it's at the end of the lap, so he's got to stay away for one more full lap, but then he'll get some points. I'm going to look at where he's at on the standings, but I know that he's doing pretty well. Let's take a look at the full results. I'm going to let you guys keep watching what you're watching, and I'm going to look. Dillman is 8th overall right now, so this may be a play for points. If he can stay away for this full lap, he's going to pick up some points and maybe move up a little bit in the overall, which would be a big coup for Texas Roadhouse. I mean, they don't have the firepower to just control. They're chasing, but he only has to stay away for this lap to pick up 15 more points. And 15 points would put him in. 15 points would move him up to 5th place overall. So that would be a big move for him. I mean, Texas Roadhouse to have anybody on the wide angle podium of the overall would be a pretty big coup for a team that has been in the game a long time, but in recent seasons been a little bit outgunned, I'll say, by Legion, by the sort of new order of crit racing that Legion has imposed. Dillman's got to stay away for this lap. Legion is so in control. Dillman's not going to the end, not unless I think at least three more people would need to sneak up there, which is hard. Again, as I said, that's going to be one guy sneaking across at a time, and then they have to get together, and then they have to. Okay. Aldo is talking right now. Aldo is saying that after the crash, Thomas Gibbons was screaming at Aldo from the pit, "Give me your bike!" And so the next lap, Aldo gave him the bike, and they switched out. Ugh, that's a shame. I hope whatever happened to Gibbons' bike is fixable because they just got those factor bikes. They look pretty sick. It would be a shame if one of their bikes bit the dust this soon. David, I don't know about Cory for the win. We will see. I haven't seen a lot from Best Buddies today. They've been pretty strong all season, and honestly, I think have more wins in the crits. I think Best Buddies. Someone check my math here, but I think in top level crits, not counting your like local California stuff, Best Buddies has more wins than Legion this season. I don't know, but just from having watched all of Speed Week, Sunny King, all the stuff I've watched, I think Best Buddies has had more wins. But we haven't seen them at the front a ton. Maybe they just know Legion is going to Legion and they're going to try to move up and get into position. They were maybe saving a few matches. If they were saving matches, now is the time to start lighting them, though. So let's see. I'm not seeing any Best Buddies riders up close to the front, and I think Legion is going to raise that pace. So what happens this close to the finish is the team doing the lead out starts to raise the pace and basically burn riders. Like a rider will do his hardest, I don't know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, as hard as he can, maximum effort, and then peel off and just be done. So yeah, I don't know. It would be really hard. It makes it hard to move up when you're farther back and the speed at the front raises to 32, 33 miles an hour, over 30 miles an hour, um, then if you're farther back, you have to pop out of the line into the wind and then go 35 miles an hour to move up a few spots and then dive back in between the corners and just keep doing that. And everyone is trying to do that. So it just becomes harder and harder the later you wait. So if any team can do it, I think it's Best Buddies, but James, I will be impressed if Tully is up there, but another guy, have not seen hide nor hair of him. All right, looks like we got 3, 4. It looks like Legion's still fully intact. I'm seeing automatic starting to mass at the back of that Legion train, though. I'm wondering it might just be Veal and Gibbons. I think that might be all they've got left for automatic at this point. Maybe whatever he was mad about, whatever caused him to break his bike, is going to give Thomas Gibbons that fire in his belly that he needs to finally beat Legion. Thomas Gibbons has been so good and so consistent this year, but he's been consistently second. It's like no matter who, he's second to Best Buddies, he's second to Legion. He's just always good enough to be second. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure if that's that he doesn't have the lead out. I mean, it's a new-ish team. Like they've just started dialing their lead out in the last couple of years. Really, last year they started putting together the squad you see now. Oh no, Riders down. I think that's oh no. I see a Ride Bikes Bro rider. I see Butcher Box. That Cervello looks like the one. Surely that Cervello is not. Oh man, that's rough. That's not Movinzada. That might be Oliver Flout from Butcher Box. Oh man, are we gonna get a neutralization here? Looks like we've got a Project Echelon rider. They're saying we might get a neutralization here. Oh man, neutralization with 3 to go is insane. James, fixed gear crits would be fun if they still happened, but I mean, what fixed gear crits are even going these days? That series in California is not happening anymore. The Rockstar Red Hook crits are not going on anymore. We had one in Birmingham at Hammerfest, but not a ton of guys doing that one. Oh man, so rough. At least so with these long laps, they do have a longer time to clear out. It looks like we didn't have any. Okay, mission crit. I would love to do mission crit, but getting from Birmingham, Alabama to San Francisco is pretty rough proposition. But cyclocross is still a better discipline. There's more racing, makes you a better racer. Yeah, I don't know. I would love to do fixie crits. Maybe if I did them, I would change my tune. But cyclocross, I mean, cyclocross is also producing Wout winning World Tour races last week. Pidcock, Vanderpool. I mean, it's producing the riders, and Fixie Crits produced Colin Strickland. I don't know. Yeah, I know, Matt. That was awesome. I was watching when that dude on the single speed won at Athens. All right, we're tuning back into this race. We're not talking Fixie Crits anymore. We're talking road bike crit. We're talking Legion hitting it at the front. Let's see who's even in contact here. Only a few Best Buddies jerseys. Not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like Legion has maybe burned one rider, or no, I think that's fully intact Legion. Yeah, that's why I went like this, Guillermo. Ooh. I don't know, David. I don't know. I mean, you know, the later this goes and the more Legion is in control, the more I think you might be right, actually. Best Buddies is trying to move up on the outside. They're trying to get there. Let's see who we got. I think I see Automatic right behind Legion. Yep, I'm seeing Automatic. I'm seeing Lamperti. I'm seeing somebody from Butcher Box up there. Gibbons is going for it. If Cory doesn't win, it's your fault though, because he shouldn't be eating muffins. That's too much. Here we go. Lamperti's up there. Lamperti on the outside. Lamperti on the outside. Legion's going to take him into the barricades. So fast. Legion. Ty? Oh, told y'all. Ty is the strongest rider on Legion right now, straight up. Ty Magner. So Rodriguez was close. The question now is, was Rodriguez ahead of Gibbons or was Gibbons ahead of Rodriguez? Because Rodriguez is first in the overall right now. Brandon Fury is second. He was nowhere to be seen up there. So Fury is out of the points, I would imagine. So almost no matter what. Okay, we got 1-2 for Legion. Cory second. Gibbons definitely up there in the top 5. Gibbons in the top 5. Brandon Fury not in the top 5. So for the overall, I think that is going to move Gibbons up a spot regardless. Not sure how many points he got otherwise. The question is, did Thomas Gibbons beat Alfredo Rodriguez? You were right though, Legion sweep. I mean, the later it went there, and we were not seeing Best Buddies mob in the front, not seeing other teams trains running parallel to the Legion train or anybody trying to jump away. I think at this point, a 1 to 2 lap go move is done. You're not going to get anything out of that. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I love watching these things, hanging out, talking about it with you guys. Like I said, I want to talk about this stuff anyway, so I'm glad to have an outlet where I can do it. I'm not planning to be streaming the rest of the weekend. There are races tomorrow and Sunday, but they are not American Crit Cup points races. I may try to watch if I can, but I just can't commit time-wise. I think I'm going to be doing a long gravel ride on Sunday with my team, so may not make it back in time for that.